Yo, what up, man? Chris, somebody checking back in, man. Back with the blog, man. Make sure that like button, subscribe anyway, and I appreciate all the support. Your boy is on the road, man. I'm in Columbus, Ohio right now. Tired as hell. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep it real. I'm tired. But I'm actually headed home off for the weekend. I am excited about this battle this weekend. It's not too often I am excited about a battle, man. You know, this is one of them culture shifting battles that allow you to have a lot of dialogue. When you're a blogger like myself, a blogger that likes to deal with topics, I'm kind of a topic blogger. I take topics and turn them into blogs. These kind of blogs allow me to kind of like be able to venture into other stuff, because you about to get the Mook battle, Hitman battle, you about to get Lux is battling, Twerk is battling. Those four battlers are very, very big in this culture, and there's a lot of narratives that can come from their wins or their losses. So you look at the situation, it's like, okay, if Mook win and Lux win, what does that mean in terms of their next battles? That's a blog. What about Mook and Lux? Like, really, who's been running this era if they both win the battle? That's another blog. Hitman, if he's able to beat Mook, what does that mean for Hitman? Twerk, if he's able to beat Lux, did he beat Lux and Mook? Like, it's all of these narratives that when you're a blogger, you can create other blogs off of. So this is right on my alley on what I like in terms of blogs. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm excited about the weekend, and I feel like this is gonna be one of them. If you're not talking Tay-Rock and Easy, Surf and Easy, this is the biggest battle in battle rap. The biggest battle. It's a grudge match. Drop on YouTube. It's gonna be 3-4 million views in like 1 year. So yeah, this is a culture shifting battle, man, and I just feel like I feel like from everything I'm hearing, I done spoke to Hitman's side, Hitman's people. I done spoke to people that heard Mook's rounds. Niggas is saying it's different. I'm hearing it is different. I'm hearing Arsenal times 2. I'm hearing, shit about to be super crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hearing a lot of stuff, man. So people are definitely excited about what they're hearing when you saw Twerk was on Champion talking about he don't even want to stand in front of what Mook got for Hitman. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hearing stuff across the board, and I'm just excited to see what happens. I did a blog on who I got winning yesterday. I got Mook obviously 2-1. I said that yesterday. That does not mean that I don't think Hitman can win the battle. I definitely feel like Hitman can win the battle. I know he's not favorite, and when you're not favorite, sometimes you have to. You're probably got to do a little bit more in terms of because you're not favorite, so you got to be able to win niggas over. People gonna already be thinking you're gonna lose the battle coming into it. I didn't have a whole lot of critique for Mook. Mook just has to be better on a big stage outside of New York. We've seen him with Twerk. We've seen him with Geechee. It was in New York. So, yes, did he do well? Did he adapt to the stage? Was he much better? Yes, he was home, though. So we got to see him out in Houston. The only time we saw him in Houston on the stage was Reed Dollars, and that was not a great performance. I don't feel like he will repeat that performance, so I'm not going to be like, oh, I wonder if he can do it. We do need to see it, but I don't think that he won't be able to do that. I don't think that. So, and as far as like some of the dumb rhymes Mook might come with, like the alphabet shit he did against Big K, I don't think you're getting none of that this battle. I think when he battled Big K, I was actually surprised ARP set that battle up, because I never heard Big K ever say he wanted to battle Mook. I never heard Mook say he wanted to battle Big K. And he also likes to battle people where he feels like he gets something out of the battle in terms of Mook. And I don't know if he got anything out of a Big K battle as opposed to what Big K would get out of the battle. So to me, I was surprised he accepted it. It must have just been a crazy bag for him that he couldn't turn down, because I was surprised he accepted the battle. So it was either a crazy bag or URL was bullshitting and he couldn't get no money from URL or the opponent or whatever. So he was like, shoot, let me take one battle this year, and I guess it'll be Big K, because I heard that, as long as the money was right, he was willing to take anybody on the RBE roster, and they threw Big K at him. So I don't know if he knew. When you're an angler, you kind of got to have something to talk about. And okay, you got the race angle with Big K. That probably wouldn't have hit well. It's like, what do you know about Big K? Other than he's from Virginia, he used to be on URL. I don't think he knows enough about him to where he could create 3 great rounds and make it, super impactful. With Hitman, I don't think that's going to be the problem. With it being a grudge match and it being a lot of different stuff that he can pull from with Hitman in this culture. Big K is a lot more reserved. You don't know a whole lot about him. He not really been in no real altercations. He ain't really been in a lot of beefs and different stuff going on. It's hard to really figure out the Big K. So what happens? You trying to do 3 rounds. You trying to figure out some shit to say. You come with this whack ass alphabet slaughter shit, and that shit ends up being whack. Big K wins the battle. I don't feel like that's the Mook we're gonna get. So that's why I don't have a whole lot of critique for Mook. Mook just has to be better on a stage, be aggressive, be better, but the bars will be there. And I feel like he'll be able to do that. I do feel like this battle is a little bit more about Hitman. And I want to talk about something, because I was having a conversation with a dude yesterday, and we was debating whether or not Hitman is a good angler. And I told him, I said, I don't know if Hitman is a good angler in my opinion, but he is a good storyteller. A good storyteller. And that's what I want to talk about today. A lot of battles that Hitman has done, and I was talking about this with Mickey Facts, you know what I'm saying? We was having this dialogue and he completely agrees or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It was actually more his thoughts anyway. He was putting me up on game, and we were talking, and he was just like, obviously the Arsenal battle was our introduction to Hitman, and we was like, damn, Hitman. But what made that battle legendary was his second round. And his second round, he told a story. And that's what I mean when I say the storytelling part. He told a story, and sometimes people think the storytelling is an angle. So they be like, oh, he's a good angler. Look what he said against Arsenal in round 2. He was storytelling, and when you storytell and you put yourself in the story, meaning that you were there, you're in the story. So what he say, man, I walked in, I spotted both of them. My heart beating fast. I'm coaching him. When he's doing that, he's putting himself into the story. Nigga wave bye to every rapper in the building, and it's just like, I'm gonna tell you a story. I was there, so I'm in the story, and I'm giving my first person account. That is one of the best Hitmans right there. That's what we came to love. He did it with O-Red. He did it with Calico and stuff like that. And those is when Hitman is at his best. And I want to show you something. This is Hitman kind of storytelling. He's talking about how him and Calico was cool, and he used to sleep on the floor, be over his house, and then he goes into the, now I'm battling a nigga I used to wake up off the showroom floor.
How you betray a nigga that had love for you? Trying to paint this real nigga image like you're loyal. What you forgot? When Smackin' used to pay for your hotels, my little brother had to sleep in my bed, and we made palace on the floor for you.
It's a lot. Fired up.
Mercedes told me it was $195,000 to get that Benz off the showroom floor. Guess what I did? I went and got that motherfucking Benz right off the showroom floor. And now they got me battling a nigga that I used to have to wake up off a showroom floor. $195,000 to get that Benz off the showroom floor. So guess what I did? I went and got that motherfucking Benz right off the showroom floor. And now they got me battling a nigga that I used to have to wake up off a showroom. So in question what they paying.
I was in the building for this battle. That part right there was so electrifying when he did it. I let it play while he repeated it, just so you can see how much the crowd was saying the entire bar with him. Now, why is that important? That's a story that he's storytelling in that situation. It's a short little setup, but he's actually saying like, yo, I used to fuck with you. We used to do this. We used to be over my crib. And now I'm battling. I went and got the AMG or the Benz or whatever. Now I got a battle with a nigga I used to wake up off the showroom floor. So it's a story that he's telling, that he's actually put himself in it. Like, yo, I used to wake you up off the floor, you know, my showroom floor. So the storytelling part, you tend to love when it comes to Hitman. He's very great at doing stuff like that. Like, that's, to me, that's one of the best Hitmans right there. He has other attributes that are best, but when it comes to painting a story on you, that is great. Some people view that as an angle. They'll be like, oh, remember that angle that he said when he was talking about the showroom floor? That's not really an angle. It's more of a storytelling, and that's the difference. I'm gonna play you another part. Before I get to that, I definitely want to see Hitman's brother at the battle. Like I'm gonna know this battle was real when show show up. You know what I'm saying? He ain't been in a few battles. I ain't seen him in a hustle battle. I ain't seen him in a Geechee battle. You know what I'm saying? I want to see a remix. I want to see a brother involved. I want all the stops, man. I know it's real when his brother show up, man. When his brother show up, I know, okay, Hitman took the battle serious. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's real. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I want to see show there, and I want to see all the tricks. This part, the showroom floor part, was in the first round. A round Hitman won clear. He clearly wins the first round versus Calico. Let me see. Oh, the sun coming in here. He clearly wins the first round versus Calico. I don't think it can be debated. But it was 1-1 going into the third. It was 1-1 going into the third of that Calico battle. What changed? He clearly wins the first round, right? Hold on, let me see something. Try to get to the next part. He clearly wins the first round, and he clearly loses the second round. So what was the difference? What was the difference in the battle? How did he win the first so clear and lose the second? It wasn't that Calico's second round was so great and unbeatable. He had a good second, but it was a beatable round if Hitman had came like he did in the first round. So what was the difference in the second round? He started angling. And this is what he talked about in round 2 for those of y'all that don't remember the battle. Let me play it.
See, these the type niggas he choose to be around. So he decided to tell y'all we beefing. For what? I should have peeped this from the jump with you. Tell these people the truth. You got mad because I got more successful in battle rap than you, and that's what really made you uncomfortable.
Never.
See, watch this. See, I'm far from a detective, but I can put 2 and 2 together. Hell, I could tell off the quotes. All of a sudden, him and Big T hate me. But coincidentally, those are 2 Midwest battlers whose careers fell off the most. See, I wasn't on the same type of time as y'all. I just want some shit understood. I was focused. The vision y'all had didn't allow me to slack off the way y'all 2 niggas could. See, when you get your niggas jobs, they gotta worry about possibly getting 15 to life. This kid tripping. When I get my niggas jobs, it's corporate. My son, 15. He's set for life. See, it's a big difference.
All right, so this round right here was his I'ma talk to you round. He did a lot about, oh, you hang with clean paper and he's a crackhead. It was a lot about you fell off and you don't take your career serious and you're not where I am in battle rap and you're jealous of me. Now, he even Calico called him Baby Lux, like under his breath. He was like, talk your shit, Baby Lux. So this was Hitman angling. He's having an angle of, I'm going to show you all of these things that's wrong with you. The problem is, we don't view Calico that way. And that's what I mean when I say storytelling versus angling. I don't know if Hitman is a great angler. You know what I'm saying? I won't act like he hasn't had any battles where he's angled well. But some people mistake storytelling for angling. Hitman got bars. Hitman can talk his shit. His gun bars is crazy, da-da-da-da. But I don't think he's the best angler. And I think sometimes when he angles, I think he sometimes misses a little bit of the point. Now, if you just spit this over the phone to somebody, nigga might be like, oh, you talking to that nigga. But honestly, in this situation right here, we don't view, like this is the problem. So you say, why you hang with clean paper? You not gonna be, first of all, clean paper is like a cheat code in battle rap. No matter what happens with Clean, people still fuck with him. He just no-showed the URL event. He no-showed Caps, when he tried to throw him an event. But he's about to battle Danny Myers coming up. He's probably going to have a pretty good performance. I don't know if he'll win or lose, and people will forget about him. He's on a short list of people that no matter what they do in battle rap, they're a cheat code. There's a few people like that. Daylight, Young Ill, Clean Paper, niggas like that. It don't matter what they do. They can no-show, they can fuck over niggas, they can do whatever, they can bullshit. You still gonna watch the next Daylight battle, you still gonna watch a good Clean battle, and you still gonna watch a good Young Ill battle. And when you realize those are cheat codes, you can't really turn fans against them niggas. But when you get in a battle and you say, oh, why you hanging with Clean? He's a cokehead. First of all, he's from the same area. You know what I'm saying? Whether Detroit or whatever, he's from the same area. Clean, I think he kind of helped put Clean on a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And went back into PGs and all that kind of stuff. You not gonna be able to get a nigga that was battling Rosenberg Raw telling Smack, that legendary line, if you don't like gun, bitch, stop watching Smack. Back then, Clean was like under Calico a little bit, and Calico was the bigger star, and Clean was in the proving grounds and all that kind of stuff. But Clean, you can't tell niggas to not fuck with somebody and think they not gonna fuck with one of their day ones. Clean is considered a day one. So yeah, does Clean have a lot of bad tendencies? Yeah, but you can't expect Calico to stop fucking with him because of it, because that's one of his day one boys. So that's not gonna happen. It's like telling Ill Will, like, yo, why you fuck with Mac Myron? Like, he do da-da-da. It's like, nah, I grew up with Mac Myron. I'm always fuck with him. So that's an angle that probably shouldn't have been, that's not gonna hit like you think. Like, yeah, you're right. Clean probably is a cokehead, but you can't expect Calico to not fuck with him. Okay, the second thing, your career fell off. This is what he talked about in round 2 when he was trying to paint this narrative about, I'm successful, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, you and Big T fell off. He was kind of right about Big T. Big T did kind of fall off, but Calico didn't. Calico is still one of the highest paid battlers. He just had 1 million views with Goods as on RBE. He's battling. You're battling him now, so how much did he fall off if you're actually in a battle with him now and he's main eventing? So he couldn't have really fell off that much if you are one of his opponents and he's one of your biggest battles of the moment. And Calico is still nice. He's nice as fuck. He's about to battle Rum Nitty and might win the battle. He's fucking good. So nobody looks at Calico like he fell off. Is he where Hitman is in battle rap? No, but he's really high up there. He's one of the highest paid battlers, and he's one of the most sought after battlers to battle. So saying, oh, you and Big T, y'all jealous, y'all 2 of the most battlers who fell off. Calico never fell off in battle rap. It's another angle that didn't work. But I get it. Is he where you are? No. So you may look at him like, yo, you didn't achieve what I achieved, so you're not as successful. Calico is one of the most successful battle rappers, though. Everybody can't be on Wild 'N Out. For battle rap, Calico's very successful. So that's another situation. And he doesn't battle. He ain't successful because he battles all the time. He don't have to battle that much. Once, twice a year. That's it. Okay. In this round, he said Calico was jealous of him. Never viewed Calico as a jealous person. That's not. Now, if you wanted to say Verb was jealous of you, maybe. Verb talks about you all the time, and sometimes that does breed jealousy and envy because the nigga is always clocking your every move. So that's something you could say, oh, Byron Blake or Verb or whatever, they jealous. Don't really look at Calico as a jealous person. That's not how you label him. And he's not always on Hitman's bumper, hating on him and doing this, and this. So it doesn't come off like he's really jealous of him. I'm just trying to show y'all that sometimes you can write rounds and you can really think they're gonna connect, but you gotta understand how fans view these battlers. And will we be able to connect with you the same way you're trying to connect with people? And that's very, very important. It's very, very important. I was listening to ARP's blog and he was talking about the sobriety thing with Mook. was an interesting take that I kind of agree with. So being you could take an angle in a battle like, yeah, you were fucking drunk and you were this and you were that and you did this and you know, Drake was trying to put you on the card and then you didn't want to do that and then you went outside and you went on live and you started dissing Drake and Nunu Nails and all this kind of stuff. And how you gonna hate a nigga that was actually trying to put you on? A great angle. It's a great angle. You're right. Those things did happen. Mook was supposed to be on the Drake card, wasn't on the Drake card, went outside, went on live and complained about how he wasn't on the Drake card and how he set it up and he put some of the battlers on and Lord and behold, Briz don't do the battle and now he ain't on the card at all. So he kind of this Mook. I mean this Drake. But you don't really know if the sobriety thing works if a nigga is accepting that he had a problem and he got help. So the fans could look at it like, oh, we're glad that Mook got help. So they could feel good for him that he recovered and he got help. So then when you try to put him back into the drunk label, will the fans fuck with it with that? Because they're celebrating his sobriety Mook. He's more conscious. He's more sobriety. He's on his sobriety thing. He went through rehab. He went through this. You're trying to say, oh, what if you got a whole round about him being a drunk and how he had to go through sobriety and how he had to go to rehab? He may paint the narrative that rehab was the best thing for him. You paint the narrative that you had to go to rehab because you a fuck up in life. Which one would the fans fuck with? Would they support Mook because he actually turned his life around? Or be like, yeah, Holla's right, you did have to go to rehab. How the fuck you fucking 30, 40 years old and still having a drunk problem? You ain't grew up or you ain't this or you ain't that. These are sometimes the things you can think is a good angle and not realize that the fans actually going the other way with the angle. So that's just my thing. I think it would be good if Hitman has a story. I don't really know his relationship with Mook and their history over the years. You know what I'm saying? I don't really run into them like that. See them at battle. I've been to a lot of battles. I ain't really just seen them interact or whatever. But they may have a history. He's super cool with Rex or something. It may be some stuff there that's we're going to find out about on Saturday. And I think in this particular battle, because Mook is, to me, a better angler and because he's a better writer, I think Hitman needs a story. And I'm going to be very interested to see if he has a story that he can say, remember when we was this? And it's a story that involves him, because that is actually when Hitman is at his best. It's not so much angling, it's storytelling. And we're going to see if he got a story. So that's just my little thoughts, man. I was just thinking about this because me and my homeboy was talking about angles and verse storytelling. I was just telling him, I was like, yo, storytelling ain't really angling. Not like you think it is. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, man. Holla at your boy.